So let's start. So first let's understand what exactly is strength of material. So strength of material is a branch of mechanics. So first let's understand what exactly is mechanics. Okay, mechanics is the branch of science which deals with the study of forces and its effects on body. For example, let's say you are a civil engineer and you want to design a structure, or you are a mechanical engineer, you want to design a machine. मान लो आप एक civil engineer हैं, आप एक structure design करना चाहते हैं, या आप mechanical engineer हैं और आप एक machine design करना चाहते हैं. Okay, each member of the structure or the machine is subjected to some amount of forces, right? For example, let's say you want to design a beam of this room. ठीक है, this is my favorite example because everyone understands this example perfectly. So let's imagine that this is the beam of your room. You want to design this beam. Now this beam is supporting the load of the roof, right? It is subjected to the load of the roof, and it is also supported by the columns. So what are these? These are forces acting on the beam. So if you want to design the beam, you need to study the forces acting on the beam and the effect of these forces on the beam. अगर आप इस बीम को डिजाइन करना चाहते हो तो आपको करना क्या होगा? आपको इन फोर्सेस को कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा और उनका जो इफेक्ट आएगा इस बीम पे उसको कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. ओके, नाउ व्हेन आई से द इफेक्ट, then there are two types of effects: external effect and internal effect. What exactly is external and internal effect? So let's say that a body is subjected to forces, okay, and now you are observing this body from outside. ठीक है, आप जो है इस बॉडी को बाहर से देख रहे हो. You are observing the body from outside. Under these forces, let's say the body is moving. So what will be the external effect? External effect will be the displacement, the velocity, the acceleration, because that will be seen from outside, right? अगर आप बॉडी को बाहर से देख रहे हो तो आपको ये चीजें दिखाई देंगी. डिस्प्लेसमेंट दिखाई देगा, वेलोसिटी दिखाई देगी, एक्सेलरेशन दिखाई देगा. द बॉडी विल बी मूविंग, so you will see the motion of the body. So if I say external effect of force, it is the motion of the body or the external reactions of the body. They are also external effect. If the body is not moving, it is getting some reaction. So that reaction force is also an external effect of the force. Okay. So external effect means study of motion or study of reactions. ठीक है? But what is internal effect? So let's say that this body is subjected to external forces. It is not moving. Now you look at the body from inside. Now you are observing the body from inside. अब क्या कर रहे हो आप? बॉडी को अंदर से देख रहे हो. Okay, you are looking at this body from inside. So whatever you will get inside the body, that will be the internal effect. तो internal effect क्या हो सकता है मेरे भाई? Internal effect will be the stress as well as the strain. Internal effect क्या हो सकता है? Stress and strain. So stress and strain are the internal effects of the forces. We have all seen this in engineering mechanics also. तो इसीलिए मैं आपको यहाँ पे दोबारा बता रहा हूँ, because strength of material is also a branch of mechanics only, right? So I hope everyone is clear about external effect and internal effect, right? Looking at the body from outside, whatever you see is the external effect. Looking at the body from inside, whatever you see is the internal effect. Now let's understand why I am telling you all this. I'm so sorry. I'm nervous. This is my first class, and even if I have taught this subject for past 7 years multiple times, every time I start the lecture I feel nervous. Okay, chaliye. So beta, mechanics is the study of forces and its effects. Now mechanics can be divided into two branches: mechanics of solids and mechanics of fluids, because there are two types of bodies, solids and fluids, right? Now mechanics of solids again is divided into two branches: mechanics of rigid bodies and mechanics of deformable bodies. Now what do we mean by rigid and deformable body? Understand, when I say mechanics of solids, it means that I am considering a solid body. For example, the beam, it is a solid body, right? But when I see the effect of the force, there are two types of effects, external effects and internal effects. If you want to study the external effect of the force, अगर आपको external effect की study करनी है, then you can neglect the deformation of the body and you can assume the body to be rigid. So that is known as mechanics of rigid bodies. So mechanics of rigid bodies में we study the external effects. We study the external effects of the force. For example, if the body is moving, we will calculate displacement, velocity, acceleration. If the body is not moving, we will calculate the reaction forces. Okay, so that is what mechanics of rigid bodies. But if we want to study the internal effects of the body, means if we want to calculate the stress as well as the strain, then we will have to consider the deformation of the body. So in that case, I will call the body deformable body. Every body practically is deformable only. But why we consider it rigid? Because if you want to study external effect, you don't have to consider the deformation. So why we are taking this assumption? Because it makes our calculation easy. इससे हमारे calculation easy हो जाते हैं. I have explained this when we were studying engineering mechanics, right? मैं आपको engineering mechanics में बता चुका हूं. Why do we consider the body to be rigid? क्यों rigid consider करने से फायदा क्या होता है? That our calculations become easy, right? Now mechanics of deformable bodies में we are calculating the internal effect. So now I cannot consider the body to be rigid. Now I will consider it as a deformable body. Okay. Now this subject is popularly known as engineering mechanics. This subject is popularly known as strength of materials, and this subject is popularly known as fluid mechanics. ठीक है, तो बेटा आपको अब समझ में आ रहा होगा, all these three subjects are the types of mechanics only, the branches of mechanics only: engineering mechanics, strength of materials, fluid mechanics. So you have studied engineering mechanics by me, right? Which was mechanics of rigid bodies. We were considering the body to be rigid and we were calculating only the external effect. Now in this subject, we will deal with the same body. इस बार भी हम उसी बॉडी से डील करेंगे, but this time we will study the internal effects, means we will calculate stress and strain and we will not consider body to be rigid. एक example देता हूं. In engineering mechanics you studied about truss. Engineering mechanics में आपने truss पढ़ा था. So there we assumed the members of truss to be rigid because we were only calculating the forces developed in the members. Now once you calculate the Hello. Are we live again? Are we live again? Yes. Okay. So where were we? So I was explaining the external effects and internal effects, that there are two types of effects of the forces, and according to which effect you are considering, you divide the subject in engineering mechanics and strength of material. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. I don't know what happened, but my laptop got hanged and because of that the stream got stopped. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you so much guys. Thank you so much for understanding. Please come back. Please share the link to all your friends and tell them that we are live again. Please message all your friends and tell them that we are live again. सबको बता दो कि हम वापस आ चुके हैं, लाइव वापस आ चुके हैं. Okay. So बेटा, according to which effect you are studying and which type of body you are considering, these are the branches of mechanics.